What's up, everybody? Guys, thank you so much for joining us. I have a special guest in the kitchen with me today. Everyone, this is my friend, Donna Henson. Now, Donna, you have some very special ties to Fit Body Boot Camp.
I do indeed, and Bryce Henson is one of them.
Okay, so guys, Bryce Henson was on the show a couple of weeks ago. He's our VP here at the headquarters of Fit Body Boot Camp. Donna's son. You've got more ties to Fit Body.
I do. I have Barrett, who's a owner in Berkeley, Michigan. Go Michigan!
Okay, so another son who is very, part of our brand, and he has locations in Michigan, and he's one of our CAP coaches, so he actually works with our HQ team as well, and he goes to the elite trainings, and he trains owners. So you've got these two very go-getter sons who are all about fitness.
Indeed.
And you also work in the business.
Oh, I do. I'm a customer service specialist.
Okay.
And I do what I do best. I chat.
Yes.
And welcome people into our business, our facilities. We have 3 in Orange County.
I love that.
Yes.
And so today you're going to chat with me here in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And we've got a couple. Okay, so a little bit about your background in cooking. So you're a mother of 3 grown children.
Yes.
Talk to us about your experience in the kitchen.
Well, I believe in miracles, and my children getting through life under my nutrition surveillance is a miracle. And funny enough, I used to manage kitchens. I started as slinging burgers in college and worked my way up, and then became a food director in healthcare. But I had an awesome staff, and my job was to manage and keep patients and clients happy, residents. So I just knew how to manage a kitchen, but not to cook. So this is foreign to me, and here I am.
Okay, so now I'm curious. Did you get to plan the menus at all?
I did.
Okay, so
I planned the menus. I purchased the food.
Okay.
I kibitzed with the residents, as I said, and I did special occasions, special meals.
Okay.
I did all the fun stuff.
Okay, nice. Now, what kind of food do you like? Like, would you consider yourself a foodie, or do you have any type of food that you like?
There's very little that I don't like.
Okay, you're speaking my language.
I do go for not too much seasening.
Okay, so more mildly flavored things.
My kids will say bland, but
okay. All right. And as far as dietary stuff, so when Bryce was on the show, he let us know that he's avoiding gluten and dairy, and I think sugar.
He tries to avoid sugar, but
Yes.
gluten, dairy are enemies, and it comes from Eastern Europe genes.
Okay, so you as well are avoiding gluten and dairy.
Well, yeah, I'm trying.
And sugar, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The goal.
Okay, perfect. So, and we texted a little bit about, like, what should we do in the kitchen together? And one of the things that you mentioned to me is about protein and buying your protein already cooked.
Yeah.
So what do you do, Dada?
So I'm just very guilty at overcooking everything, because I was terrified to kill my children with germs. So I dried chicken, burnt food. Everyone loves burnt food because that was a staple. So I would overcook.
Okay, so now today you don't really want to try to cook it yourself in the kitchen.
Yeah, I go to a deli and buy chicken breasts.
You buy them already cooked.
Yeah, and just make them last for the week.
Okay, so what would you say about learning my recipe for perfectly baked and seasoned chicken breast?
It's a winner. It's good for me.
Okay, so we're gonna learn this recipe, and my hope is that you'll have confidence, because I've made this recipe so many times, and every single time it turns out so good, and it's really easy.
Well, that's the key.
Yes, it's very simple.
Good.
And then the other thing was, avoiding sugar. So we're going into the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it would be fun to make a very shareable homemade treat. So I call this my super seed bark, because there's a whole bunch of really nutritious seeds in it. How much sugar do you think is in this?
Well, that's a leading question, so I'm going to say probably minimal.
Yes, there is actually no sugar in this version of it. And so we will walk through the ingredients and how you can really make stuff like this at home.
Wow.
Especially going into the holidays, guys, where if you're anything like me, like I love making treats for people if they're coming over or just as gifts in the holidays, but knowing what ingredients to use so that you can give someone something, it tastes sweet, it's delicious, but it doesn't have all that fattening sugar in it.
Nice. All right.
So,
I'm in.
All right, Donna. So let's start with our super seed bark. Now, what do you like as far as sweets? And like, do you ever make sweets?
No. So candy, cookies, cake.
Okay. Okay.
Plethora.
Okay. So then my next goal for you, Donna, is for you to make this holiday season. Okay, let's just get into it because it's so simple.
Okay.
I feel like this is something you're gonna be able to do. And since this is really just, a fun thing for you to learn, I'm gonna let you really take over here.
Oh boy, you're a brave woman. Okay.
Okay, so this is such a funny recipe because you're gonna see really what we're gonna do, Donna, is we're gonna throw a whole bunch of stuff in the mixing bowl, mix it up, spread it out on this pan, bake it, and then cover it in chocolate. So it's easier than making cookies.
Yeah.
It's easier than making brownies. It's
All right.
one of the easiest things.
All right, I'm in.
Okay, she's in, guys. Okay, so let's walk through the ingredients. And again, as we're mixing it up, it almost seems like it shouldn't stick together. As we're gonna spread it out, you're gonna see it's counterintuitive that it's going to work out and that it's gonna end up being a bark like this that stays together. And really, I like to think of this as one of those recipes that tastes better than it should. Like when you look at how healthy ingredients are, it's like, why does it taste so good?
Well, it doesn't look healthy, so that's a good
doesn't.
start.
Exactly. And guys, we start eating with our eyes,
Yeah,
right? So it
absolutely.
needs to look delicious. Okay, we're gonna walk through the ingredients. Now, the first ingredient is our sweetener. Because every time that we have a treat, it's obviously, there's gonna be a sweetener.
Sure.
And this is where we get to make the decision of, are we gonna use a wholesome sweetener that is, zero sugar? Or are we gonna do a wholesome sweetener that has some sugar in it? Or are we gonna go the other way and use a refined sweetener that really has no nutritional value and a ton of calories?
Right.
Okay, so with this particular recipe, guys, there's two options that you have. One is our wholesome sweetener that does have sugar in it, and this is a pure maple syrup. So pure maple syrup, it has vitamins, it has minerals. There's a lot of good in here. This is not like a refined sugar that's really bad for you. But
It's natural.
it's natural. It comes from a tree.
Yeah, how more natural. can
Right?
it get?
But guys, it is high in calories. And if we look here, so for a quarter cup, which is exactly what we're going to use in this recipe, 200 calories. And then there's 53 grams of
Wow,
sugar.
that's a lot.
It is a lot. Now, if you do want to go this route, which is perfectly fine, it is 53 grams of sugar divided up in this whole batch, right? Now, lately, I have been using this option for syrup. Guys, this is a keto syrup. Now, if we look at the calories here, so it for a quarter cup would be 40 calories instead of 200. So right there,
Yeah, wow.
it's less than 25%, right?
Awesome.
And then we have, as far as the sugars, there's zero sugar in this, and it's sweetened with monk fruit.
Oh, good.
Yes.
I know about that.
You know monk fruit. Okay, where else do we have monk fruit?
I have no idea. It's in a jar in the cupboard.
Oh, there you go.
I forgot to mention my wonderful daughter-in-law, Tatiana, who's a vice president, CFO for Team Henson.
Okay.
And she uses agave and monk
Yeah.
fruit all the time.
Probably stevia.
Yeah, she's good at trying to keep me in line.
Okay, well it's a perfect replacement for sugar because it has 0 grams of sugar.
Right.
And so actually our Truling products are all sweetened with stevia and monk fruit.
Yes, of course. That's
Where it is. Yes. Okay. So we are going to use this 0 sugar, 1. And again, it's a 1/4 cup. So this is our first ingredient. And then I'm handing this over to you, Donna, and everything's gonna go in the bowl.
Okay, I can do this.
She's got this. And I'm also gonna give you this nice spoon for when you're ready to mix it up. Perfect. Okay, guys, so now we're gonna go through the rest of the ingredients. We're gonna do a full tablespoon of vanilla extract. And this is really just our flavor, right? It's gonna add a lot of great flavor. And then we've got a tablespoon of espresso, like powdered espresso, instant coffee, which has such a great flavor, and it gives, I don't know, it gives a little something magical to the flavor of it all. We're gonna just do a tiny pinch of sea salt. This is flake sea salt. Guys, at the end, it is really nice to dress up your desserts with a little bit more salt.
Sure.
Because you ran kitchens, you know that salt helps you taste the
absolutely.
sweet.
It's key.
It is key, exactly. Okay, so now we're gonna get into some kind of weird ingredients that you wouldn't normally think would go into a treat. Okay, so a full cup of uncooked quinoa.
Oh yeah, quinoa.
Yes.
It's a new staple in today's diet.
It is. Well, it's a complete protein. Just dump it all in. That's a full cup, guys. Yes, quinoa, it's a complete protein. It's a really healthy complex carb. It's definitely not something that you would normally find in candy.
No, absolutely.
So this is why we call this a super bark, because it has all these superfoods in it. Okay, next thing, we have 1/2 cup of raw cashews that I just roughly chopped.
Raw cashews.
Raw
Very
cashews. We're doing the same with 1/2 cup of raw walnuts.
nice. And they're not chopped or anything.
Just like roughly chopped.
Yeah.
But there's some bigger pieces. You can use whatever nuts you like.
Okay.
Nuts are very healthy.
I'm surrounded by them, yeah.
She's surrounded by nuts. I feel that way sometimes as well. Okay, we have got a bunch of seeds now. And guys, the nutritional value of seeds is way up there. And I don't think we get a lot of them in our diet.
Probably not. And as you get older, though, you got to worry about seeds in the teeth.
Okay. Well,
Just saying,
This
just saying.
this entire treat here is yes.
That's the first thing I thought.
We won't eat it on camera, guys. We won't put you through that. Okay, so this is our little collection of seeds, and it's 2 tablespoons of each type of seed. So we have sesame seeds.
Nice.
We have hemp seeds. We have flax seeds. And we have chia seeds. So I'm pretty sure that is all the major super seeds in the world right there.
Kind of seedy.
They're kind of seedy. Okay, so that is really the base of this bark. So Donna's gonna mix it up. Oh, we're gonna add a little bit of coconut oil as well. We're actually gonna do 2 tablespoons of coconut oil.
Is there a difference in coconut oils?
There's refined and unrefined, but to be honest with you, I use both. I don't think there's a big difference.
This is the binder.
This is the binder, exactly. So we're gonna mix that all together, and at this point in the recipe, I'm always just baffled that it's gonna end up sticking together. There's no eggs in it, there's no flour, it's just all these seeds and nuts and quinoa with a little bit of sweetener, a little bit of flavoring, and then some coconut oil. All right.
All right.
So far, does this seem like a recipe that Donna Henson is gonna make this holiday season?
I'll have to, right? I'm on camera. I have witnesses.
Yeah, you do. You do. You're pretty much stuck with this, Donna.
Yes. I think, though, it's manageable.
Okay,
If
good.
I can do it, you can do it.
There we go, guys. And Donna's trying something new today, which, guys, how often do you try something new?
This is true.
Right? And this is the only way that we grow and we evolve is when we try something new and
Just keeps you young.
there we go. Get yourself out of your comfort zone and just push yourself a little bit closer to that healthy lifestyle. Okay, that's a beautiful job. Next step, we are gonna dump it on the pan.
I can do that.
She can do this. And the goal now is really just to we're gonna flatten it with that spoon, and it's really personal preference. I like my bark kind of as thin as possible because keep in mind, we're also gonna put this chocolate on top. So it is gonna get thicker anyways. Wonderful job here, Donna.
I know how to do dishes too.
Oh, that's good. That's a plus. I was just talking to somebody yesterday. Dishes are not my favorite.
Yeah, see, I'd team with you.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna use the back of the spoon and we're just gonna flat. There we go. Perfect.
Don't you want a square or something? It doesn't
Nope.
matter. Oh,
Nope. We're gonna just do a big blob shape.
creative.
Yes, we're just because keep in mind we're gonna break it all apart.
right.
Shape doesn't matter. We're really thinking about thickness and trying to keep it together because we do want it to stick together as much as possible so we can have nice big pieces. Look at this.
Is this thin enough?
This, I would say, like here is perfect, and
Oh,
then
okay.
the spots in the middle, you can kind of thin out a little bit more. I always find this part of making recipes, like the shaping, it's almost like you're doing a craft, but you're not, because then you get to eat it.
Right.
Kind of relaxing and fun.
Are you thinking about who you could mash?
Oh, we're gonna do a lot more mashing later, Donna.
Okay. Oh,
Yes,
therapeutic mash.
exactly.
Okay.
Perfect.
Is that good?
That's beautiful.
All right.
Okay, guys, so the oven is set at 350 degrees. Did I tell you we have a magic oven here?
No.
Oh, yes. We have a magic oven, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Not every day you get to mess around with a
Sounds
magic.
energy efficient.
Yeah, oh, it totally is. Okay, guys, so 350 degrees, and it's going to go in for 20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to put this in the magic oven. We're going to see what comes out, okay?
All right.
All right. Here we go. 20 minutes just goes by in a flash
Woo,
here with our
time
magic
flies.
oven. Look at that.
Time flies.
Okay, guys, so you can see it just kind of looks like a big seed pancake at this point.
Uh-huh.
But because we did bake it, I don't know if I really want to pick it up, but it is solid. Okay, the final step of this recipe. We're almost done.
Yeah, the
with this one.
chocolate part.
The chocolate part. Okay, now, again, going back to what we said earlier, when it comes to the things that have sugar and sweetness, this is where you kind of make that choice of how healthy am I going to make this recipe.
Right.
So, I'm sure Tatiana knows about these.
Oh, yeah. She's a master.
Have you seen these before?
And I don't know that I've seen that brand, but
Okay.
dark chocolate baking chips with no sugar.
Yep. Okay, guys, this is one of my favorite brands. This is Lily's, and it is sweetened with stevia. So we get
okay.
all of the benefit of that dark chocolate, but we're not getting those grams of sugar that we're trying to avoid. This is why they call me the recipe hacker, but it feels like we're cheating the system.
Yeah, that's what hackers do.
That's what hackers do, guys. We cheat the system in a good way.
In a good way.
Because we get to have a yummy treat that tastes sweet, but we're not getting all that sugar, guys. So we're sticking with our goals, especially during the holidays before the new year.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Can you believe it's almost the holidays?
No, it's hard to believe.
It
It's
is.
October.
Today is October 1st.
So it is.
Coming to the end of this year, Donna. What a year.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
That is true.
2020 will do that to
That
you.
is true. Wise words. Okay, so do you have experience with a double boiler?
I do because I melt chocolate.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so you understand that there's an art to melting chocolate.
Yeah, well, yeah. Mine's probably not as sophisticated, but
Actually, I think mine's kind of the opposite of sophisticated because I just use a pot
pretty
and then
much
another
what
pot.
I do. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Or I use a Pyrex bowl.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Exactly. So really the key, guys, is you never want to put, you would never want to put this little pot directly on a heat source if you have chocolate in here because you're going to burn it.
Yeah, and that's bad.
Have you ever burned chocolate?
I have. I've burnt everything.
Okay, that's right. You told us already. Burning a pot of chocolate, it's an awful feeling.
It's the demise of the pot.
It's the pot, and even if you just burn a little bit of it, the whole pot tastes bad.
Yeah.
You have to throw it out.
Yeah.
And guys, let me tell you, when you buy high quality chocolate like this, it's not cheap.
No.
You know, they say you pay now or you pay later. And guys, when we buy these healthy ingredients and these options that have low sugar, we're paying now.
Yeah.
Right? We're paying now and it's for our health, but you don't want to burn it
Right.
and have wasted that money and not get the enjoyment. So guys, put a barrier between your heat source and your pot that has the chocolate in it. Okay?
Got it. Very is important.
Barriers, well, and you already knew this one,
Yeah.
so you didn't learn anything new here. So guys, a little bit of water in the larger pot, And then the smaller pot goes in there. And what I like about it is now you can put the heat. I mean, I put it like medium high because
yeah.
you've got that barrier so it can melt faster.
Yeah. But you got to watch it.
Safely.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So what we're going to do now is really, we are going to just, actually, you could pour it, and then we're going to kind of rub it around. And then the next step, once we have, this pot has seen better days. My daughter put it in the microwave.
Oh my goodness.
For a few seconds before I realized what was happening. So the handle, yes, it's a little worse for wear. But look at that.
That's all right. It's kind of colonial. I like it.
Okay, so once we spread this out, and Donna, you're actually doing such a nice job of putting a design on there. You might not even need to spread it if you wanted it to just have like a bit of a design. That's pretty cool.
I was just thinking of trying to utilize it all.
Yeah, I like that. You have chocolate experience. I'm seeing this.
Unfortunately,
I'm seeing the chocolate skills come out, Donna. This is awesome.
Yes, I'm a closet chocolate eater.
There we go. Well, now you have a brand that you're going to try, which is this Lily's.
Yes.
In fact, I'm going to send you home with this one.
Is that a national brand?
This is.
It's
yes.
not a store brand.
Well, what do you mean? Oh, yes.
Like a
yes.
Sprouts or Ralph's.
Yes, this is its own brand, Lily's.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen the stores come out with their own version
Chocolate.
of the stevia chocolate yet. I'm sure that's coming
yeah.
as it becomes more popular. But really, I mean, these days it's so much easier to get healthy ingredients. Even 5,
This is
10,
true.
yeah, 5, 10 years ago, you'd have to go to like a health store.
Yes.
And now they have multiple flavors of Lily's in Albertsons.
Yeah, that's
Right?
yeah, this is true. It used to be a designated half shelf of whatever your stipulation was in diet,
Right.
and they've gotten better.
All right.
So just do this.
Yep, just spread it all around. And then, guys, the final step is really just to stick this beautiful bark into the freezer or to the fridge, depending on how much patience you have.
Oh, I shouldn't do that on TV.
What are you going to do?
I was kidding. I'm kidding.
So, guys, at this point, all you have to do is really just have the chocolate harden up. So you can, if you have room in your freezer, stick it in your freezer about 30 minutes, and it's going to be hard enough to break up. And then you have this beautiful bark that you can share for the holidays.
Lovely.
Yes.
And you just break it by hand?
So the whole thing will be hard, and I just kind of pick up one side and press my thumbs in and just
nice.
break it. I wouldn't try to cut it nicely because of the inconsistency of the nuts. It's not going to cut nicely.
Yeah, and that looks holiday.
Yeah, look, there's a little bit of art to having just big pieces.
Yeah, very nice.
A presentation that I like is if you get like a big glass jar,
Oh, yes.
and then you fill it, and then you put like a little ribbon around the jar.
Very nice.
Okay, so I'll be expecting this from you for the holidays this year.
All right. It's like asking Santa. Okay.
Okay, so there we go, guys. That is our Super Seed chocolate bark, which is a great thing for the holidays.
Thanks,
And
Diana. That's something I can do.
Okay, beautiful. I'm going to send you the actual recipe.
I'm sure you will.
I'm going to send it to you. And guys, now what we're going to do is we're going to conquer Donna's fear of the chicken breast.
Yeah.
This is happening, Donna.
Oh,
We are
my gosh.
conquering your fear of the chicken breast. Now, you did mention that you are
Do we have a
Right
Thank
here.
you. You knew
Thank
what I
you,
was looking for,
Jessie.
Jessie. Thanks.
Now, you mentioned that you're not big on spices. Is this because you don't want to take the time to figure it out, or you don't like the flavor of spices?
I like if someone else cooks
Okay.
them. I'm just not good at.
Okay.
But I don't like unusual spices.
Okay.
Pretty plain.
Okay. So I do have a spice blend
Okay.
that I'm going to share with you for this. And actually, let's do the spice blend first. So I've already mixed it up for you, but I put them all here so you can just see them.
Can I smell this?
You can.
Smells very important to me.
Yeah, same. And that's, again, part of taste is smell.
Yes. Very nice.
Okay.
I
is
like it.
Okay. She likes it. It wasn't too, what did you say? The spices you don't off the wall or?
Well, yeah. It's not overpowering.
Okay, perfect. So guys, the spice blend that we're using, it is very simple. So we also have a little bit of a sweetener because part of what's cool about this recipe is that it kind of caramelizes a little bit.
That makes it good.
Yes. And then it also helps you know when it's done cooking because you can kind of see the caramelization on the chicken breast.
Yes, right.
Okay,
Good
so
idea.
guys, yes, we're using coconut sugar.
Oh, brown coconut sugar.
Yes. Now, have you used coconut sugar before?
Yes, but I didn't know they made in brown.
Yes.
Okay.
So guys, this again, there's fewer grams of sugar in coconut sugar than in refined, sugar cane sugar. There's also, because it is brown, you can see that the vitamins and minerals have been left in. It hasn't been processed out like when you
Yes.
have a refined white sugar. And so for this, we're just gonna do a tablespoon. So we have, this is per teaspoon. So this will have, it's 4 grams of sugar per teaspoon. So that'll be times 3. So it'll be 12 grams of sugar in this whole thing that we can put over 4 chicken breasts. So it's really, it's negligible.
Right.
Okay, so this is what I've already put in here. So guys, it was a tablespoon of the coconut sugar. And then these are some of my favorite spices. I think when you kind of have some go-to spices, you can use them without putting a lot of thought into it.
Yeah. And create as you go.
Yes, exactly. So guys, we have a teaspoon of sweet paprika, and that's this one.
Sweet paprika.
Yes.
Well, that's a new one too. That's a lot of sugar you're talking about here.
There is no sugar in sweet paprika, though.
Okay.
It's just a spice.
Okay.
So they have smoked paprika, they have regular paprika, and then they have the sweet. And I think the sweet is just a little more mild. I think the kids like it a little bit more, and it just has a pleasant flavor.
Okay.
I do have a sweet tooth, though. So I do like making things sweet.
Okay.
That is that is very true. Okay, we have a teaspoon of dried oregano. I'm sure that's a spice you're very familiar with.
I am.
Okay.
I am.
We have half a teaspoon of garlic powder.
Oops, wrong one. Sorry.
Almost. There we go.
Yeah.
Some granulated garlic powder.
California garlic.
Yes. And then half a teaspoon of black pepper and half a teaspoon of sea salt. So very, in my mind, pretty minimal seasoning, but it's enough in the combination to really give a pleasant flavor to your chicken.
If you didn't like any of these spices, you could eliminate.
Of course, yes. Eliminate if there is one that you really like, put it in.
Yeah.
I think I like to tell people to salt courageously, salt their food, especially with like a healthy salt. But I think also seasoning courageously with flavors that you enjoy.
Well, when you become mature, you have to watch your salt intake.
Okay.
So, and I like salt.
Yes.
But oh my gosh, not the ocean salt, sea salt.
Sea salt, yes.
Sea salt. It just makes a big difference, and you
Yes.
don't need a lot.
Right, yeah.
And I do like that.
It has all these minerals and things in it. I like it because it's pink too. It's very pretty.
Yes, it is. I agree.
Okay, so Donna.
Yeah.
The first thing that we're gonna do, so we made our little spice blend. It's good to go. It's ready for our chicken breast. We get to pound down our chicken breast.
Pound chicken.
Yes.
Go.
Now, it sounds like one of the things that you're concerned with is either undercooking or overcooking the chicken.
Undercooking.
Undercooking it.
But I end up overcooking
To
because I'm
compensate.
compensating,
Okay, for
yes.
that. So what's really cool about pounding down the chicken here, which did we have any gloves, Jess, or no? No? Okay, we're just gonna get our hands a little
Freestyle.
messy. We already did our dessert, so we'll wash our hands after this. We'll just do one at a time, actually. So one of the reasons that it can be tricky to cook chicken correctly is because, like, if you even see this, they're different. There's a
Sizes.
difference in their thickness because really the cook time depends on the thickness
Yes.
of the chicken. So a little trick, a little hack is to pound down your chicken so that it's completely even, so that all of the chicken breasts are the same. And we're gonna go for about 1/2 inch.
Okay.
And it's a great way to just get out a little bit of aggression.
I agree.
So,
In the day's work.
exactly. Okay,
Can I
guys,
pull this off?
you can.
Okay.
The little piece of fat there.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so we have it's on a cutting board, and then we have a piece of parchment paper, and I'm putting another piece of parchment paper over it because we don't want chicken flying all over the place. And then Donna is getting my fun little hammer.
You're gonna pound
This
with me?
one might be a little heavier. I don't know if you want the heavier one.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like it when it's kind of weighted at the end.
Yeah.
So we're just going to go ahead, That's it.
Like resistance training.
This is
All in one.
exactly. Yes, for all of our fit bodies out there, guys.
No fit body.
Yes, another little workout you get to do in the kitchen. Do you ever do the push-ups off the counter when
Every
you're in the
day.
kitchen? Yeah.
Every day.
Oh wow, that's a good one.
There's another one. Stretch it out like a cat.
Oh,
For your
okay.
low back.
Okay, like this.
All the way. You pull your head in.
Okay.
Really good.
Oh, nice.
Feel it?
See? Stay fit in the kitchen while we make healthy food, guys. I knew it would be super fun with you in the kitchen, Donna. So you're doing it. I feel like you've done this before. Is this not your first time pounding
It's not
out
my first
a
time
chicken breast?
pounding.
Pounding out a chicken breast
I've been
here.
around the block pounding.
Okay. So
What do you think? Though?
As
I don't think I pounded hard
as
enough.
you're all already kind of doing, you can see you've gotten this half really good.
This side
now
now.
this side. So it's kind of just checking the chicken breast, trying to make sure that it's all evenly flattened. Look at this. Look at this.
There we
She is doing this with authority. There we go.
You know, another trick is if your chicken breasts are uneven, and I learned this from Lola May back in the 1970s
Okay.
in Atlanta, that you put the thick meat around the edge of the sheet pan
Okay.
because if you put the thin, it dries out fast.
Okay.
There's one thing I
There you go,
retained
guys.
in all those years, food service.
Okay, this is perfect. I think this is wonderful. So I'm going to transfer this to our pan. So guys, what I did, because you know I hate dishes and I like it to be very easy to clean up, I put some foil on our pan and then I put a piece of parchment paper. So we are going to transfer this. We've got one more. So in case you had a little more aggression to take out, here we go.
You don't have any aggression today?
You know what? I've already made this morning. So I've already had my session. I had my boot camp this morning with
Good
Coach
job.
Kara,
Good job.
5:30. And then I got to pound some chicken breast. Oh, I think this one was a little easier.
Yeah.
Either that or you're warmed up now.
I'm warmed up.
Donna's warmed up. There we go. Beautiful.
We got it?
A little in the middle a little bit. There it is.
All right.
Okay. All right, perfect. Okay, guys, so we're adding this to our pan. And now we're done with the hammer.
Is the magic oven in? Oh, let me.
Oh
put it-
yeah, no, we've got we have a magic oven, Donna.
Good, good.
That's the fun about this kitchen is the magic oven. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna let you just sprinkle the seasoning over it all.
And no oil or anything.
We could do a little bit of oil if we wanted to. You don't necessarily have to. We actually have some there if you'd like.
Oh dear, sorry.
Oh no, we're gonna do it all because I mean, it's your chicken breast. So actually, you season it how you like. I would put it all because I just love the flavor, and the more the better. Okay, I'm gonna flip it for you. We're gonna do both sides.
Oh, we're doing both sides.
Heck yeah, we're doing both sides, and you're gonna delight Bryce and Barrett and Tatiana with the flavors of this. They are gonna be shocked with all the flavor.
Insane. You made this, Mom?
Right? Okay, guys, so the oven is going to be set at 425. This is the foolproof system here. 425, you've got your chicken breast pounded down, and you set the timer for 18 minutes.
That's all.
That's it. 425, the chicken breast is pounded down, 18 minutes.
All right.
And it's perfect. Well, let's check.
Yes.
Let's check the oven. So here we go. Magic oven. see what it has for us here.
Oh, boy.
Oh, let's see. Oh, look at
You have
that.
to bend way down.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
All right, guys.
Picture perfect.
So there it is. At this point, we could put a little bit of parsley. Yeah.
Good job.
So Donna, when you get your chicken breast, how do you typically serve it up?
What do you mean?
Like, would you put it with a salad,
Ah.
or is there any recipes you like to put it into?
Typically, one of two things, a salad or I cut it in strips with a green vegetable.
Okay. So very healthy.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the likelihood that this is gonna happen in Donna's kitchen?
This is a good one.
This is a good one.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
You picked well for
All right.
me.
Beautiful. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully, we have inspired you to cook your own chicken breast at home and to make a zero sugar treat for the holidays. Guys, we'll put the links below to both of these recipes. Donna, I want to thank you. You are a delight. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. It was a treat.
Super duper fun. All right, guys, thank you so much. I will be back next week. Take care.
Bye.